Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Hey, man, if Henning Pauly gets to do goofy crap, we're going to do goofy crap, too.
Well, eventually we got to get it to where we can, like, speak. Like, say words with this. Yeah.
Oh, we should say hello. Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's Ike from Flipside Music, and welcome to What the F.A.Q number 40 Deuce. 40 deuces.
For some reason I put 32. No, it's been a complicated morning.
Yeah, it's been a tough morning.
Yeah.
We got police involved and all sorts of stuff.
Base retrievals and...
Base retrievals, yes. So, well...
Yeah, we don't have any questions.
We don't have any questions. We'll tell the story. So we had a bass stolen. G&L Custom Shop, flame top, beautiful L2500. It was a killer looking bass.
Flame on flame on flame. Like,
yeah.
The top alone was amazing.
It was awesome. And it got stolen from us on Valentine's Day, actually, back in February. And
almost 3 months ago to the date.
Yeah. And we retrieved it. I'm going up to Boulder to go get it. So one of our, well, actually the guy that consigned it to us actually saw it on Reverb, got a hold of me. I did a lot of legwork and found out where it was. And I was going to go to the guy's house and go get it. And then I realized I'm an adult. And maybe I should take the proper channels to retrieve such an item, just in case something goes sideways. So called the Boulder Police Department, and I worked with them. And the officer I worked with, I can't remember his name, but he was super, super cool, very helpful, took all the information down, asked all the right questions, and within like 2 hours or so, had the bass back. And so, I'm going up there to get it today.
Nice.
So that's a little win for the little guy, right?
Well, good
I
job,
think so.
Yeah, Detective Credenza.
Yeah, just no problem, Davenport. Because it was actually, I mean, it
was actually funny.
$2,500 bass, so, you know.
When you sent me
ramen
the
noodles. Ramen noodles for a month or so. Yeah, when I sent you the...
Well, I was going to say when I sent the first thing is I grabbed, like, the board right next to me to check the serial number, and I'm like, that's it. Like,
that's it,
yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
So, yay, win for the little guy. Woohoo! Yeah, all right. All right, well, let's see. Do we have any questions?
We have a few. We also have comments. Apparently, Driddle missed our live show last time. He said he was on the road. I'm assuming with Willie Nelson.
Yeah,
that
probably.
seems like a Driddle thing
Again?
to do. Yeah, on the road again. Yeah. Yep. So I assume you had some fun with Uncle Willie.
Yep. We'll do another live stream here on the first Friday this time of June.
Yeah.
So first Friday live, 6:05. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Oh, do I have a question sheet?
Yes.
So
Adam Lamar, he was kind of adding a comment to our section about beard related
tensile
strength.
strength.
Yeah, tensile strength of beard hairs. I still don't know. Like the more Viking you are, maybe the more tensile strength you have in your beard.
Maybe you might be able to pull it off if it's wound correctly.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean it probably probably couldn't be like a single hair.
No, that'd be crazy talk. You'd have to make it in. You'd have to braid it like they do.
Yeah, like a real
like they do on bridges.
We'll do like a 70 gauge beard string.
42 gauge, just so it's like wire. You know, it's like pickup wire.
Yeah.
We should build. No, we shouldn't.
Well, it'd be
we don't
funny
have any time for it.
A one-stringed bearded
bass.
Yeah, that actually would be cool.
We could try it. You give me some time. I'll work on it.
Lamar, keep growing it. We're gonna need for bass. We're gonna need some length.
Right. We're gonna have to figure this out. So. Oh man.
Really, dude?
Well, it's all right.
Well, this reminds me of Clerks.
Oh,
with the guy just there, hanging out. Are you open?
It's like, we're not open yet, guy. Look, now he's reading. Oh man, they're not open for another 15 minutes.
Now he's gonna get really up
all right,
on
so
the
nobody
sign.
wants to watch us watch
all the way up on the sign. We can give him commentary.
All right, so here's a good question from Dylan Washburn. That seems like a pretty familiar name. He sounds familiar. Dylan Washburn asks, question for next week. What's the most difficult type of pedal to test drive in a store like Flipside? People in the store keep asking.
Yeah, this is a very common question. There's two, I think. Fuzzes are probably number one. We get so many people that will tell us. And we're actually probably going to do a video at some point of just how to
properly test
fuzz pedals.
Fuzz pedal.
Yeah, because a lot of people do seem to have missed the memo on the volume control interaction with the fuzz pedal. So we're going to go over that one because that's one we probably have at least three people a week now that are testing fuzzes that tell me it's broken or they don't hear it doing anything, and it's because I think they roll their volume back because they don't want to be too loud in the store, which is fine. I do get that, totally get that.
Understandable.
But as soon as you do that, as soon as you do that though, you're cleaning up the fuzz, and you're right. It's not going to be doing a whole lot if you do that. So yeah, we'll have a whole video just on that. But I would say reverbs are the other big one because I feel like everybody values a little bit different, or what they value about reverb is different, and so if anything else is going on in the store, it's really hard to hear like the differences between them. Because reverb, I feel like you really got to hear.
We'll bring those to you guys in June. We've been cleaning up a lot of administrative stuff around the shop and a lot of the website stuff. If you haven't been to the website, go check it out, please.
We're just
kind of cleaning up a lot of stuff, new pictures and integrations and
dealing with some growing pains.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. We've been getting really busy. We're definitely growing, and along with that is just a ton of extra work that you're like, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, it's twofold because it's exciting that we're way busier than we ever have been, but at the same time, it's definitely more and more things are adding up quicker and quicker.
There's a lot of what do you call it? There's a lot of admin work that I'm getting after that's been pretty difficult, and then same thing. Dylan's got a lot of stuff on his plate that's building up, so it's been crazy. But that being said, we're trying to get a lot of this stuff together so that in June we can start to get some extra videos out, just like that with the fuzz, and let you guys know. Because we do have situations where people come in and it's like, dude, I hate to say it, but it's operator error, bro.
Yeah.
And we don't want to be dicks about it. But
well, and it's hard because sometimes people get really upset about it sometimes.
Right.
And I don't always quite understand it because I've had people. It's twofold. It's like if I ask them for the instrument for a second so that I can test it, then I think they feel like I'm trying to embarrass them sometimes.
Yeah, be a one-up.
Yeah, whereas other people realize they're like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, they didn't even think of that.
Well, the thing is, we deal with this all the time.
Right.
I mean, you're like the administrator of tone.
Yeah.
But there's times where we use the stuff. This is the difference between what you get sometimes online, like you just buying from Amazon or buying some willy-nilly from someplace. When you come into a shop, we can sit down and actually go through the pedal. Now, there's certainly pedals that he's really good with, and then there's better pedals that I'm good with, or guitars or stuff like that. But we can walk those through. So, as a consumer, don't get pissed. It's not a shot at your ego.
Right.
We're just trying to help you really understand.
Right. And if you haven't run into it before, if you just have never even tried a fuzz, I wouldn't have known that had I not experimented with that quite a bit. And it's we do literally play these every day, or at least hear them every day. So it's also a lot easier to kind of know how to approach the use of a pedal.
Right.
Because I think that's another thing. Treble boosters, we have people that put it on a clean channel, and it's it's so harsh, which it should be, that they feel that's a shit pedal, but it's really you just have to put it in the right environment.
Right context.
Yeah.
Well, it's also like that Boing pedal from J Rocket. It's standalone reverb, it's okay, but if you put it with a boost, it has a different effect.
Yeah, it gets a lot more present.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's that's something that you're not going to know maybe or think about, but it's stuff that we've already we realized it because we did it.
Right.
So.
Well, even EQs, versus out front versus in the effects loop, I think a lot of people always mistake. Because when you have it out front, it's more or less an overdrive, but when you are not an overdrive, it's tone shaping, but at the same time, you're kind of using it more or less to boost certain things. Whereas if you put it in your effects loop, you're hitting your power amp with that change, so it's a lot more dominant. But I think a lot of people mistake which use does what.
Right.
For certain things. So we're hoping to do more videos where we just outline that stuff.
We might do some more videos with the Boss Katana stuff too. Seeing that Dylan has one now, and I'm still messing with mine and playing around with certain parameters and stuff like that. So maybe we could do some videos about those things too.
Yeah,
how to maybe work with some of the deficiencies that are there too. And when I mean deficiencies, it's not tonal deficiencies. I think working with it in a live situation, like a tuner pedal. What would you do? How would you set it up to have like a tuner, and then you have your foot switch, and then you have your volume pedals, and how to really work.
How to get it set up for a live gig.
For a live setup, unlike like the Katana 100.
Yeah.
The Artist is a little bit easier. No, it's basically the same, but it's there's a little bit of a difference there too.
Yeah.
But we might do those as well.
Yeah, and even there are some definitely good videos out there about the Katana, but like even some of the editing you can do with the effects bays and stuff like that, especially things to think about if you were in a live situation. Even your signal chain, you can change on those. So it's like there's a lot to consider, which would be, I think, good for videos for sure.
Yeah, because like one of the things that I ran into was, I got the tone I wanted, but then it involved the boost.
Right.
So
then
I had no boost.
Right, you had nowhere to go.
I had nowhere to. Yeah, I had it set where I wanted, but I had nowhere to go. So that overcoming something like that.
Yeah. Well, and actually, I liked your solution for that. Do 2 of the same settings and then set one louder, and just switch over to the other bit. Yeah.
One
louder. Yeah. But it's like that's actually a good solution that you can do.
Especially when you're not changing a lot of tones and don't need all the.
Yeah, you just literally need more of what you're doing. You just need to pop out a little more.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so.
Oh, Wizard.
Oh, Wizard 69. Oh, okay. What is the best way to get over the fear of playing in front of people? I want to get in a band, but I'm pretty shy about my playing.
Doing it.
Just doing it, man. Just get out there and play. There's a lot of, I don't want to say safe environments. That sounds goofy.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of welcoming
less
environments
judgmental,
and less judgmental environments. If you're shy about your playing, play in front of the cat and the dog. Well, that's even a good start.
Joining a group lesson too, because you're gonna be.
That was where I was going next.
Yeah, that way you'll be in the mix with a bunch of people. You won't feel like you're like you're carrying all the weight or anything. And I think that's a good way to get at least just comfortable playing around other people. Playing in front of people,
Well, I think that's where it starts. It starts with like a group lesson, and it starts doing that kind of stuff, and then playing with other people as much as you can. Even though you're shy about your playing, even just having like one other buddy, and you guys are both learning together, or you're doing something. That interaction, you're going to start to feel more confident, and I think any guitar player worth his salt realizes that we're all on a different path. Some people are better than others.
Or just further along.
And some people are further along. It really is, and the ones that are dickheads, well, then you don't want to learn from them anyway, even if they're good. Because we all met
that's
those
not the
guys
right attitude to
that
approach.
are super cocky and whatever.
And that's not a good attitude to approach any of this stuff with.
Yeah, teach everybody.
Because it really should be fun. It shouldn't be, well, like you were saying earlier, with practicing or whatever it is, it's not something that should be weighing on you and worrying you. It should be something like a good outlet. I think. Yeah,
just have fun, have a good time doing it, and then once you feel a little bit more comfortable, in like a group setting like that, I would say go to a jam. Go.
Yeah.
There are places I know, even around Denver, they have like group lesson jam things, and it's non-judgmental because there's people all learning from various skill levels.
Well, yeah, and if you drop out for a second, nobody's probably going to notice. So it's like it's not high pressure.
Right. And then I would say after that, start going to like blues jams and stuff like. There's blues jams in every city across the USA, almost, at least once a night, depending on wherever you live. I'm sure. In Denver, there are open blues jams 5 out of 7 nights in this town.
Yeah, that's definitely
It doesn't have to be blues jam. You can go to whatever, if there's open mic nights or open China jams or something like that, or work a couple songs together with that friend of yours that you were doing.
Yeah.
And then that'll put you in front of people.
Well, I was gonna say, especially guitar players, like find a bass player or another string instrument player is fun, but like find a drummer, because then you can just do whatever the two you want, and you're always. You're not gonna have the full context, but it's enough to do whatever you want to do, and then I think playing live too, it wasn't what I expected. Like, I was always, I still am, like whenever it has come up, I'll be really nervous right before going on once I'm up there, I kind of don't care anymore. It's just like,
Because you already know, if you're already comfortable with the material and you already know the material, it kind of doesn't matter.
well, I kind of forget in the moment when you're focusing on the music, you kind of forget anybody else is even there other than your bandmate. So it's kind of, it's not what I expected. Like, to me, I felt like I would always be aware of everybody in the room and all that, and I would feel like this weird weight. Whereas more when I got up there, it's more like everything just kind of closes in, and then it's just you and the music. And I don't know. I felt like it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Right. And who gives a shit?
Well, and
Some of the best
yeah.
advice I ever got from musicians, you know, one person, I don't remember who exactly it was, basically said, everybody has shit all over the stage. So it's part of the learning process. You're going to do something and it's going to suck. And it's
Yeah.
going to sound terrible, and for the moment you're going to be embarrassed, but you just need to keep going because you're in real time.
Right.
So it's not like when you're at home when you're practicing and you're like, oh, no, wait, no, wait, no, okay, wait, no, wait. There is none of that. It's happening.
Well, and at
You
the
know,
end of
and-
the day, like, everybody in the audience, in a way, it's not that they can't do what you're doing. If they're other musicians, obviously they can.
Right.
But, or they could attempt to. But the thing is like, at the end of the day, regular people that are not musicians, they're not, they would only aspire to do something like that. So at the end of the day,
And a
you're
lot of times
still,
they don't even know.
Right, yeah. So that's like, at the end of the day, one, they might not catch that you made the mistake, but two, they're probably pretty good with you already because you're up there doing something that would probably make them too nervous to even attempt.
Right.
So it's like, at that point, you've already kind of, I feel like,
Yeah, you're pushing the
Yeah.
boundaries, don't you know?
yeah, you're out of your comfort zone, but you're way further than a lot of people ever go. So
Yeah.
'cause a lot of people don't even put themselves in that situation. So
Yeah, got to get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And just because I remember when I first started kind of doing it, I would just hit blues jams, and the thing is you're going to get better because now you're playing with other musicians, and now your ears are starting to hear what other people are doing, and you're starting to hear when the groove locks in.
yeah,
And
there's
you're
more
s-
variables going on
Yeah,
that you
and-
gotta kind
or you're gonna
of adjust
hear-
for. You know.
Yeah, you're going to hear when it's just plain shit.
Yeah,
Because there's been
that'll
times
happen.
and when I first started, I was so nervous, so weird. Oh my god! Oh. And then I've done enough open mic nights now that I've been up there where I'm just like, this is freaking embarrassing. Oh my god! I remember one night playing it. I was at Ziggy's, a famous bar, a blues bar up here, and so I got up there with. I didn't know the host, so sometimes that helps too if you know the host, because then you can kind of.
Get yourself with the people you want to play. Yeah.
You know, that kind of groove with you. But I didn't know the host, and they just threw me up there with just a bunch of randoms. And I remember I had this big flying V because I just bought it, and I was like, I'm gonna go play this. Look at me! And so I get up there with this giant thing, this giant flying V, and I'm like, this is a terrible idea. And then this girl singer, she was there, and it ended up being a train wreck. That would have been the name of the band if we had to name that. Just because the singer was loaded, she was bombed, and like the bass player was solid, but the drummer wasn't very good. That wasn't the night where the drummer sat down and said, "Oh, I've always wanted to do this."
Yeah.
That was a hell of a night. But the thing is by that time I was already kind of used to that stuff, so it was a train wreck, and I'm up there going, this has got to be sonic garbage.
Yeah.
Just total crap. And it was. But I didn't feel bad about myself. I didn't feel bad. I just did the best I could to lock in where I could and get through it. And
Well, I think
that
most
was it.
times too, like, if you have a bad night, most people that have played enough have also had bad nights.
Yeah.
So most of the time, like, I don't know, because I feel like a lot of people are probably harder on themselves than, some people can just be assholes about it.
Right.
But if you're playing with anybody who's a decent person, they've probably been there a few times themselves. So they're not like
Yeah,
sitting
bad
there
nights.
analyzing what you just messed up. They're just, they might be upset with how things went, but they're not upset with you personally.
Right.
Like I said, there's always exceptions to that, but decent people can sympathize if they've been there. So
Absolutely. And the thing is that sometimes that's also a motivational thing. So if you felt like you didn't do very well, I've done this. I've gone to open mic jams and then gone home and practiced for a couple hours because I felt like I didn't. There was something that I didn't do, and I'm like, man, I could have done this there, and then I go home and put a jam track on with that, like a style of that song, and and work through some things. So I've done that where I've gone home and I'm like, man, that dude just cleaned the frickin' floor with me. But that motivated me. So
Well, I've
there's
even
the
had that,
additional thing, too.
even here in the shop. I feel like I've had that happen where
Yeah, we get
we have
some
certain
players in
customers,
here.
yeah, and so it's like it'll make you want to go home and practice, which
Or
is
burn your shit.
that too. Yeah.
All right, well, we got to wrap it up. I see somebody at the front door waiting for us. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Please ask a question for next week, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side.